Audit of liabilities. In the board exam, aside from mga audited balances, class, let's discuss audit of liabilities. In the board exam, aside from mga audited balances, for audit of liabilities, usually ang tinatanong, how much are the current liabilities and how much are the non-current liabilities? So very important to know yung mga rules on current versus non-current. Okay, consistently, yun lagi yung tinatanong in the board exam. So dun iikot yung magiging discussion natin. Okay? So, start muna tayo with the techniques. Sir, ano techniques mo sa audit of liabilities? Well, meron tayong 2 steps. Step number 1 is analyze per item of liability. Okay? Analyze per item. Number 2, apply rules on current versus non-current. Yan lang. 2 steps lang. Wala tayong T accounts, walang tables or whatever. Ito lang. Analyze per item of liability, apply rules on current versus non-current. Sir, ano ibig sabihin mo sa rules on current versus non-current? Ito, sinamarize ko yun sa board. So, reviewin natin, mabilis lang, kasi important yan para sa audit of liabilities. Okay? Sige. Now, concentrate muna tayo dito, class. So, current liabilities, non-current liabilities. Kailan natin ipe-present, i-report yung liability as current? If babayaran natin yung liability within the operating cycle or within 12 months. Yun yung rule natin. Okay? Pag payable within the operating cycle or within 12 months, current yan. Okay? Sir, ano ibig sabihin ng operating cycle? Pag sabi mo operating cycle, yun yung period of time wherein bibili tayo ng raw materials, ta-transform natin into finished goods, ibebenta natin to customers, and then magko-collect tayo ng payment from customers. Okay? From purchase of raw materials to transformation of finished goods, bibenta natin sa customers and collection from customers. So from raw materials to collection, yung time period yun, ang tawag natin operating cycle. Okay? Yung operating cycle, pwede yun more than 12 months. Pwede yun. Okay? But if silent, 12 months yung operating cycle. Okay? Now, yung non-current liability naman, residual definition yan. So pag more than 12 months, non-current liability yan. Clear? Okay. Let's have some examples. Doon muna tayo sa current. Number 1, trade and other payables. Okay? So, ang example ng trade and other payables, accounts payable, notes payable. Pero take note, pag sinabing trade, it means related yan sa suppliers natin. Okay? Pag trade accounts payable or trade notes payable, ibig sabihin payable natin sa suppliers. And take note, basta trade, basta related sa suppliers, sigurado within operating cycle yan. Okay? So, trade payables, always current yan. Alright? Next, example din ng trade and other payables, accrued expenses. Ano example sa accrued expenses? Interest payable. Ano pa? Rent payable. Salaries payable. Ayun, accrued expenses yan. What else? Unearned revenue. Ano maganda example ng unearned revenue? For example, kasi customer natin, merong advances sa atin. Okay? So, example yun ng unearned revenue. Unearned revenue is current liability. Okay? So, that's trade and other payables. Next, estimated liabilities. Ano mga example yun, sir? Warranties, premiums, ano pa? Gift certificates or GCs, and bonuses. Ayan, yung mga common examples of estimated liabilities. Current liability din yan. Next natin is provisions. Ang magandang example ng provisions, for example, meron tayong pending lawsuit which is both probable and measurable. Okay? So, provision yun. Right? Current liability yun. And take note, kung maalala nyo sa FAR, kapag contingent pa lang yung liability, hindi yun nire-report as liability. Di-disclose lang yan. Right? So, ito yung examples ng current liabilities, trade and other payables, estimated liabilities, and provisions. Okay, punta naman tayo sa examples of non-current liabilities. First, notes payable. Pero syempre, dapat hindi related sa supplier. Kasi pag related sa supplier, always current yan. So for example, bank. May notes payable tayo kay bank. Or ibang tawag dyan, loans payable. Pag nag-borrow tayo sa bank. Next, bonds payable. Usually, bonds kasi pang matagalan yan, long-term yan. That's why non-current yan. As well as yung lease liability natin. Non-current din yan. Income tax, depende. Actually, under income tax, meron tayong 3 items. Merong income tax payable, deferred tax asset, and deferred tax liability. Income tax payable, Actually, current liability yan. Deferred tax asset naman, always non-current asset. And deferred tax liability is always non-current liability. Okay, yun yung rules natin. Employee benefits, another example of non-current liability. Okay? Now, dito naman tayo. Ito yung last portion ng overview natin. Currently maturing obligations. Ano ibig sabihin yan, sir? Let's have an example. For example, nag-loan tayo kay BDO. Mayroon tayong loans payable or notes payable kay BDO. So, notes payable kay BDO for 5 million. Ayan. And then 5 years yung term natin. Alright? So, nagbaro tayo kay BDO, nag-issue tayo ng promissory note for 5 million, 5 years. Siyempre, 5 years, non-current yan, automatic. For example, dito tayo nag-loan. January 1, 2021. As of January 1, 2021, non-current yan, sigurado yan. So, ang maturity niya is December 31, 2025 kasi 5 years. For example, today is December 31, 2024. Magma-mature na siya in 12 months. Okay? Magiging current na yan. So, ang general rule natin, yung GR's general rule, ang general rule natin, kapag currently maturing, current liability. Okay? Ano yung currently maturing? Magma-mature na siya within 12 months. Yun ibig sabihin ng currently maturing. General rule yan. Ibig sabihin may exception tayo. Magiging non-current yan in 2 instances. Okay? Non-current liability siya if, number 1, there is a discretion to refinance. Ayan. Sir, ano ibig sabihin ng discretion to refinance? For example, meron akong agreement kay BDO na anytime, pwede ulit akong mag-loan sa kanya kay BDO. So, ang gagawin ko, pag may discretion to refinance, yung 5 million na yan, pwede mag-borrow ulit ako kay BDO. Okay, so ganito, meron akong existing na 5 million, tama? Ang gagawin ko, babaro ulit ako kay BDO ng 5 million, babayaran ko yung existing. Therefore, may extend na naman ng 5 years yung loan na yun. Okay? So, pag may discretion to finance, non-current yan. Alright? And, pwede rin, if the refinancing is completed on or before end of reporting period. End of reporting period. Ang ibig sabihin lang niyang class, for example, nag-refinance tayo. Ano yung end of reporting period? Kunyari ngayon, December 31, 2024. Okay? Bago on or before December 31, 2024, sabihin natin dito, nag-refinance tayo. Ano ulit ibig sabihin ng refinance? Umutang ulit tayo, binayaran natin yung old loan. So, meron tayong new loan na meron ulit na additional 5 years. Okay? Nag-refinance tayo. Dapat on or before, ha? December 31. Pag dito ka nag-refinance, current liability yan. So, current yan. Dapat dito para maging non-current. Pero, ang general rule, current ha, pag currently maturing. Ito yung exceptions natin, yung dalawa na yan. Okay? Last one, payable on demand. Sir, ano ibig sabihin ng payable on demand? For example, guys, may utang tayo kay BDO, nag-loan tayo na 5 million. May agreement tayo na pag may breach of contract tayo, okay, hindi natin na-meet yung terms natin kay BDO, magiging payable on demand. Ibig sabihin, babayaran natin anytime kay BDO. Well, obviously, magiging current liability yan. Okay? So, yun yung general rule. May exception, isa. If, sabi ni BDO, sige, magbibigay ako ng grace period. Magiging non-current liability siya only if merong grace period, okay, for at least 12 months. Okay? On or before end of reporting period. Okay? So, actually, parang ganito lang din. Okay? So, ulitin ko, pag payable demand, sigurado current yan. Ang exception, on or before, sabi ni BDO, sige, grace period. Ibig sabihin, sige, hindi mo na kita sisingilin for the next 12 months. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng grace period. Pag gano'n, non-current liability yan. Okay? Alright, so yun yung rules on current versus non-current. Ito yung mga kailangan mong tandaan sa audit of liabilities. Apply natin yung class. Let's go to problem number 1. Okay, problem number 1. If you look at the questions, tingnan muna natin class. Number 1, question 1 is interest payable. Question 2, portion of notes payable to be reported under current. Number 3, total current liabilities. And number 4, total non-current liabilities. So, laging ganun. Current versus non-current. Sige. Let's analyze. Let's read the problem. You were able to obtain the following from the accountant for Pinnacle Corporation related to the company's liabilities as of December 31, 2025. Okay, isa-isahin natin per item. Accounts payable, 650,000. Lagay mo na dyan. Pag accounts payable, sigurado yan. Current yan. Lagay mo dyan, current liability. Doon na sa side. Lagay mo sa side, current liability. Notes payable trade. Okay, pag sabing trade, sabi ko kanina, always current yan. Lagay mo din current. And then, notes payable bank. O, tignan natin. Later, may notes tayo, no? And then, wages and salaries payable. Interest payable, question mark. Kasi yun yung tanong sa question 1. Mortgage notes payable, 10%. Mortgage notes payable, 12%. Bonds payable, 2 million. Yung mortgage notes payable, parang loans payable lang yan, no? The following additional information pertains to these liabilities. A. The trade notes payable is due within 6 months from the end of reporting period. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin, current liability yan. Okay? Letter B. Bank notes payable included 2 separate notes payable to ABC Bank. A 300,000, 8% issued on March 1, payable on demand. Interest is payable every 6 months. Okay, pag payable on demand, ano yung rule natin? Pag payable on demand, always. Hindi, ang general rule is, pag payable on demand, current liability. So, lagay mo sa side, sulat mo dyan, current liability. Kasi wala naman sinabing grace period. Exception to, di ba? Wala naman sinabi, di current yan. Number 2, a 1-year, 500,000, 11% note issued on January 1, 2025. On December 30, 2025, Pinnacle negotiated a written agreement with ABC Bank to replace the note with a 2-year, 500,000 note. Okay? The interest was paid on December 2025. Nagkaroon ng refinancing para dun sa 500,000. Alright? So, take note na in-issue siya January 1, 2025. 1 year lang daw. So, ibig sabihin, January 1, 2026, babayaran na siya. Current na dapat. Ito yun, tama? Currently maturing. Kaya lang, nag-refinance and completed siya on or before December 31. Therefore, yung 500,000 na yan is non-current. So, lagay mo sa side, non-current liabilities. So, ganun lang. Ginagawa natin class, analyze per item, and then ina-apply natin yung rules on current versus non-current. Letter C, the 10% mortgage note. Nasaan yun? Pag titingin ka sa given yung 10% mortgage note, yun yung 600,000. Was issued on October 1, 2022 with a term of 10 years. Okay? Terms of the note gives the holder the right to demand immediate payment if the company fails to make a monthly interest payment within 10 days on the date the payment is due. As of December 31, 2025, Pinnacle is 3 months behind in paying its required interest payment. Anong tawag doon? Payable on demand. Kasi meron tayong breach of contract. Okay? Hindi tayo nakapagbayad ng interest. Therefore, ang rule natin, current liability yan. So, lagay mo sa side, current liability. Letter D, the 12% mortgage note was issued on May 1, 2014 with a term of 20 years. So, 2014 plus 2034. Matagal pa yung due date. The principal amount is 1.5 million. Principal and interest are payable annually on April 30. A payment of 220,000 is due on April 30, 2026, so next year. Okay, the payment includes interest of 180,000. 220,000, 180,000 daw doon is interest. Okay, balikan natin later yan. The bonds payable is a 10-year, 8% bonds issued on June 30, 2016. Interest is payable semi-annually every June 30 and December 31. So, kung 10 years, tapos 2016, 2026 yung due date, current liability yan. So, lagay mo sa side, current liability. Okay, sagutan na natin yung problem. Number 1, interest payable as of December 31, 2025. Okay, so number 1, question 1, compute natin yung interest payable. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng interest-bearing na liabilities. Nasaan yun? Start tayo dun sa notes payable. Nakita mo dyan, class, yung notes payable na 8%, yun yung una, tama? Yung 8% na notes payable, compute natin yung interest niyan. Nandun siya sa additional information B1, okay? 300,000, 8% issued on March 1, 2023. Interest is payable every 6 months. Okay, March 1, 2023. Ibig sabihin, every 6 months daw, tama? Ang pinag-uusapan natin is December 31. March, April, May, June, July, August. Yung last payment niya is August. So, ibig sabihin, mag-a-accrue tayo ng interest September, October, November, December. Tama lang yan, 4 months. So, ang gagawin ko dito, 300,000 times, ilang percent yan? 8% times 4 over 12. Kasi September to December. 300,000 times 8% times 4 over 12, you get 8,000. Okay? Yun yung interest payable natin for the notes payable na may 8% interest rate. Next, Okay, so yung isa naman class, yung notes payable na 11%. How much yung interest payable natin dyan? Actually, wala. Kasi sabi dun sa last sentence, yung number 2, the interest was paid on December 31, 2025. Nakita niyo ba yan? So, binayaran doon December 31, 2025. Therefore, wala tayong accrued interest. Okay? So, 0. Ano pa yung interest bearing dyan? Yung mortgage payable na ilang percent? 10%. So, analyze natin ulit. Mortgage note was issued on October 1. Okay. Sa last sentence, as of December 31, Pinnacle is 3 months behind in paying its required interest payment. Well, compute tayo ng 3 months. Okay, so gagawin ko dito, class, how much yung 10% mortgage payable? Nandun sa given, nasa taas, 600,000. 600,000 times 10% times 3 over 12 kasi 3 months behind. Okay, 600,000 times 0.1 times 3 over 12, you should get 15,000. Yung interest payable natin for the mortgage payable. Actually, dalawa yung mortgage payable. Meron tayong 12%. Nandun sa additional information D. Okay? The 12% mortgage note was issued on May 1, 2014. Sabi dyan, dun sa second to the last sentence, a payment of 220,000 is due on April 30, 2026, next year. Okay, so analyze natin. Due daw yung 220,000. The payment includes interest of 180. So, ibig sabihin, class, yung 220,000 na yan, merong principal yan and merong interest. So, sabi dyan, 180,000 daw yung interest. Therefore, 220 minus 180, 40,000 yung para sa principal. Ang kino-compute natin is interest. So, lagay mo lang, 180,000. Okay, so, I think, tingnan natin, 1.5 million. Double check ko lang, class. 1.5 million times 12%. 1.5 million times 12% times 8 over 12, that is 120,000. Okay. So, double check ko lang. Yung 1.5 million times 12%, okay, so, take note, class, na ang pinag-uusapan natin, ito kasi, yung payment daw na to, na 180,000 is April 30, 2026. Okay? April 30, 2026. Hindi yan nilalagay mo dito. Kasi ang kino-compute natin is for ilang months lang. Ang last payment natin is April 30. So, April 30. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 8 months lang kino-compute natin. Tama? So, ibig sabihin, class, ang computation mo dito is 1.5 million times 12% times 8 over 12. Okay? May to December. Okay? Take note, yung 180 kasi na yan, hanggang April next year na yan. Yun yung babayaran mo daw. So, ibig sabihin dito, 8 months lang yung compute natin. 1.5 million times 12% times 8 over 12, you get 120,000. Nakuha niyo ba yan? 120. So, ulitin ko, hindi 180. Kasi yung 180, yung total payment for 12 months. Ang kino-compute mo lang, 8 months kasi December 31 pinag-uusapan natin. Okay, so 8,000 plus 15,000 plus 120,000. Answer natin, class, 143,000. Ito yung interest payable natin. For question number 1, answer natin is letter A, 143,000. Alright? Let's go to question, or yes, number 2. Question number 2. Okay, the portion of the notes payable bank to be reported under current liabilities. So, ano yung current liabilities natin dito? Tama ba, class? Yung current liability natin is the notes payable na merong 8%. Okay, kasi payable on demand yan, amounting to 300,000. Sagot natin for question number 2 is boy, 300,000. Okay. Question number 3, how much daw yung current liabilities? Isa-isayin natin, class. Punta tayo dun sa given sa taas. Doon tayo sa accounts payable. Accounts payable, again, always current yan. 650,000. Next natin, notes payable trade. Basta nakita mong trade, sigurado, current yan. How much? 190,000. Okay, notes payable na bank, well, ito yun. Yung 300,000, yun yung current. Tama? Lagay ko dito, notes payable bank, 300,000. Next natin, wages and salaries payable. So, alam natin, current liability yan. Kasi ano siya? Ayun, accrued expense. Right? So, how much? 15,000. Interest payable, we know interest payable is also an example of an accrued expense. How much na-compute natin ng interest payable? Ayun, so question number 1, 143,000. 143,000. Next, mortgage payable na 10%. Well, kanina na-analyze natin siya. Meron yung payable on demand yan, tama? So, therefore, yung mortgage payable na 10% amounting to 600,000 is also current liability. Okay, next, mortgage payable na 12%. Okay, ito siya class. Yung mortgage payable na 12%, ito yun. Tama, ito. So, ibig sabihin, ang babayaran natin next year na principal is 40,000. Currently maturing yan. Okay? Or current portion yan. Tama, 40,000. Therefore, yung 40,000 na yan, current. Tama lang. Kasi next year yung babayaran yan. Okay? And then yung bonds payable natin, analyze natin yung bonds payable. Sabi dyan, nandun sa letter E, the bonds payable is a 10-year 8% bonds issued on June 30, 2016. So, kung 2016 siya, plus 10 years, 2026. Tama? Ibig sabihin, 1 year from now. Okay? Or within 12 months. So, it means, yung bonds payable yan is also a current liability. Okay? So, 2 million. Add natin lahat. 650,000 accounts payable. Plus notes payable, 190, plus 300,000, plus 15,000 wages payable, plus 143,000 interest payable, plus 600,000, plus 40,000, and 2 million. Yung total nating class is 39,38,000. Final answer for question number 3, letter A, 39,38,000. Question number 4, how much daw yung non-current liabilities? Well, ano ba yung mga natira sa atin? Meron tayong notes payable na yung 11%. Okay, nandun siya additional information B, number 2. So alam natin, nag-refinance yan. So non-current liability siya. How much yun? 500,000. Okay? And then yung mortgage payable natin na 12%. Ito siya, tama? Nandun siya additional information DOG. 1.5 million daw yung principal. Okay? Kung 1.5 million yung principal, and then magbabayad yung current doon is 40. Tama ba? So 1.5 million daw yung principal eh. Yung 40, babayaran mo na next year. Therefore, 1.5 million minus 40 or 1,460,000, yun yung non-current portion. Okay? So 500,000 plus 1,460,000, answer mo dyan class is 1,960,000. That's our final answer for question number 4, boy, 1,960,000. Okay, so recap ko lang yung mga important concepts na tutunan natin for problem number 1. Ang ginawa natin, class, first step natin, in-analyze agad natin per item. Okay? Kinategorize agad natin alin yung current, alin yung non-current. From there, binasa din natin yung additional information. Tingnan natin kung may mga refinancing, kung may mga grace period or whatever kasi maapektuhan nun yung classification if current versus non-current. And also, yung computation ng interest. Okay? And from there, ayun, nasagot natin yung problem. That's for problem number 1. O sige, practice pa tayo. Let's go to problem number 2. Ganun lang din yung magiging approach natin. Problem number 2, let's take a look at the questions. Okay. Question 5, estimated warranty payable. Question 6, bond interest payable. Question 7, current liabilities. And question 8, non-current liabilities. So, laging ganun lang, current and non-current. Sige, so let's read problem number 2. ABC company is selling appliances. The company's fiscal year ends on March 31. Ito yung trick dito. Sa problem 1, December 31 yung pinag-uusapan natin. Okay? Kaya madali lang malaman kung within 12 months or hindi. Dito, take note na March 31 yung year end natin. Okay? The following information relates to the obligations of the company as of March 31, 2025. Sige, notes payable. Analyze per item. Okay, doon muna tayo sa notes payable. ABC assigned several long-term notes with financial institutions. The maturities of these notes are given below. The total unpaid interest for all these notes amount to 408,000. So, yun yung interest payable. Encircle mo yan. Alam natin yung 408,000 interest payable is a current liability. Tama? Next, isa-isayin natin class yung notes payable. Ang due date niya, April 31, 2025. Take note, March 31, 2025 ngayon. Ibig sabihin, kapag due date mo is until March 31, 2026, okay, current liability yan. Alright? So, yung April 31, current yan. July 31, 2025 is also current. September 1, 2025 is also current. Feb 1, 2026 is also current. Yung April 1, 2026, sumobra na siya sa 12 months. Okay? Non-current yan. So, add natin lahat ng current. Sabayan nyo ako mag-compute. 720,000 plus 1,080,000 plus 500,000 plus 580,000. Sulat nyo yan. Yung current liability for the notes payable is 2,880,000. Okay? Yung 3,240,000 is a non-current liability. Okay? So, yun yung ginawa niya sa notes payable. Babalikan natin later yan. Next, doon naman tayo sa estimated warranties. Actually, yun yung question 5. Sabi dyan, estimated warranty payable. Pwede natin sagutan yan. Sa warranties, ang technique lang naman dyan, class, mag-T account ka lang dyan. Estimated warranty payable. So, paano yan, sir? Basahin natin. ABC has a 1-year product warranty on some selected items. The estimated warranty liability on sales made during the 2023 to 2024 fiscal year and still outstanding amounted to 302,400. So, yun yung beginning balance mo. 302,400. Okay? The warranty costs on sales made from April 1, 2024 to March 31, 2025 are estimated at 756. So, yun yung additional liability natin. 756,000. The actual warranty cost, so ito yung actual na binayad natin for warranty incurred during 2024-2025 are as follows. So, meron kang 302,400 and 342,000, total of 644,400. Iyon naman yung babawas mo sa liability kasi yun yung actual payment, okay? 644,400. Alright, so 302,400 plus 756,000 minus 644,400. Answer mo dyan, class, 414,000. Okay? Ang sagot natin for question number 5, how much is the estimated warranty payable? Boy yung sagot mo dyan, 414,000. Okay, next item, trade payables. So, sabi ko dyan, pag trade payables, current liability. Basahin natin. Accounts payable for supplies, goods and services purchases on open account amounted to 622,000. Net of 50,000 debit balances in accounts payable. Alam natin, dapat hindi mo i-net yan. Okay, kasi yung overpayment sa supplier, current asset yun. Okay? Yung 50,000 current asset, dapat hindi mo yun i-offset dun sa accounts payable. Add back natin. 622,000 plus 50,000. So, sulat mo dyan, 672,000. Yun yung accounts payable natin. Alright, next natin, dividends. On March 10, 2025, ABC's Board of Directors declared a cash dividend of 0.30 per ordinary share and a 10% ordinary share dividend. Pag share dividends or stock dividends, alam natin, class, equity account yun. Yung liability dito, yung cash dividends na 0.3 per ordinary share. Okay? Both dividends were to be distributed on April 5 to shareholders on record on March 31. As of March 31, ABC has 6 million 2 par value ordinary shares issued and outstanding. Ang tanong dito, class, how much yung cash dividends payable natin? And kailan mo i-report yun? Alam natin, ang rule is date of declaration. Kailangan nag-declare? March 10. So, ibig sabihin, as of March 31, current liability yan. Okay? So, paano natin go-compute? 6 million. Sasabayan nyo ako mag-compute. 6 million times 0.3. Sulat mo dyan, 1.8 million. Yan yung dividends payable natin. Okay? Okay, next, bonds payable. ABC issued 6 million 12% bonds on October 1, 2016 at face value. The bonds will mature on October 1, 2026, so 10 years. Interest is paid semi-annually on October 1 and April 1. Alright, so, ano yung classification ng bonds? Current or non-current? Take note, until March 31, 2026, current. Ito, due date niya, October 1, 2026. So, more than March 31. Ibig sabihin, yung bonds payable natin is non-current. Okay? So, lagay mo dyan, non-current liability. Sagutin natin yung number 6. Sabi dyan, bond interest payable. So, ang gagawin ko lang dyan, interest payable. Tama? So, punta tayo dun sa bonds. Meron siyang 6 million na face value. Multiply natin by 12%. Kailan ba yung last payment? Yung last payment, October 1. Okay? So, ang tiyatawag natin is March 31. So, October 1. October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months. Okay? Yung interest payable natin. 6 million times 12% times 6 over 12. So, ilan yan? 6 million times 12% times 6 over 12, you get 360,000. So, sagot natin, class, for question number 6, How much daw yung bond interest payable? Dog yung sagot mo dyan, 360,000. Let's go to number 7. How much yung current liabilities? Earlier, na-classify na natin per item. So, ulitin na lang natin. Okay, dun tayo sa notes payable, dun sa first na given. Alam natin, class, na-compute natin earlier, yung current notes payable, 2,880,000. Okay? And then, take note, meron din sa notes payable, di ba may nakalagay doon na total unpaid interest is 408,000. Sama mo yun. So, interest ng notes payable is 408,000. Current din yan. Okay, estimated warranty payable. Ito. Sagot natin dun sa question 5, 414,000. Kasi yung warranties, example yan ng estimated liabilities. And estimated liabilities are current. Okay? Next. Trade payables. So, trade payables, alam natin, current yan. So, na-compute natin kanina, 672,000. Alright. Dividends payable, na cash dividends payable, yung stock dividends, equity yun. How much na-compute natin earlier? 1.8 million. 1.8 million. And then, ano pa? Bonds, how about yung bonds payable? Hindi. Non-current yung bonds payable natin. Pero may na-compute tayong interest dun sa bonds payable. Ito. Okay. So may additional interest tayo na 360. Pag interest payable, sigurado yan. Current yan. Okay. Let's compute. 2,880,000 plus 408,000 plus 414,000 plus 672 plus 1.8 million plus 360,000, you get 6,534,000. So ito yung current liabilities. Answer natin for question number 7, letter C, 6,534,000. Let's go to number 8. Non-current naman daw. Alin yung mga non-current natin? Well, dun sa notes payable, meron tayong non-current earlier amounting to 3,240,000. Okay? And then, ano pa yung mga non-current natin? Bonds payable. Bonds payable, more than 1 year pa yung maturity date niyan. So, 6 million. Okay? So, 3,240 plus 6 million, you get 9,240,000. Answer natin, class, for question number 8, letter D, 9,240,000. Okay, so that's for problem number 2. Let's have a quick break and then sagutin natin yung problem number 3. Problem number 3 is a more comprehensive problem. Okay? Let's continue answering our handouts. Problem number 3 na tayo. So, pag nakasunod kayo sa problem number 3, it means okay na kayo sa audit of liabilities. Okay, so medyo comprehensive yung problem number 3. Sige, tingnan muna natin class yung question. Let's go to question number 9. Correct balance of accounts payable. Question number 10, correct balance of warranty liability, and so on and so forth. Okay, so basically, mga audited balances. Alright, let's read problem number 3. We're auditing the financial statements of Mr. Accounting Inc. for the year ended December 31, 2025. Okay, so December 31, 2025. That's our year end. The liability section of the company's balance sheet shows the following information. Accounts payable, warranty liability, premiums payable, liability under finance lease, and bonds payable. So, syempre, yun yung mga unadjusted or unaudited balances. Upon further investigation of the liabilities account, you discover the following information. Okay, isa-isahin natin. Basically, ang tanong sa question number 9 is correct balance of accounts payable. So, tingnan natin, how much ba yung accounts payable? So, lagay ko dito, accounts payable. So, 9 accounts payable. Alright, let's read. Okay, but anyway, meron tayong beginning balance or unadjusted balance sa 250,000 sa taas. Okay, so lagay natin yan. Unadjusted 250,000. You rendered purchases cut off on the company's purchase transactions from December 15 to January 10. The results of such cut-off tests are summarized below. Now, natutunan natin sa audit of inventory na, well, alam natin related yung inventory and accounts payable. So, alam nyo na rin yung concept dito. So, alam natin class, na depende sa shipping term. So in this case tayo yung buyer kasi merong accounts payable. Kapag FOB shipping point, pag na-ship pa lang yung goods, sa atin na yung goods. Okay? Pag FOB destination, dapat ma-receive natin bago natin i-record as purchases and as accounts payable. Okay? Sige. Now, meron tayong receiving report, meron tayong amount, shipping terms, shipment date, and receipt of goods. The inventory count procedures were done on December 31, 2025, and documents cut off shows that the last receiving report used and recorded for the current year by the company is receiving report number 2635. So, tingin ka dun sa table, yung fourth na item, 2635. Hanggang dun daw yung ni-record. Ibig sabihin, class, yung 2636 onwards, hindi yung ni-record. So, i-check natin kung tama ba na hindi i-record yun. Okay? Receiving report number 2634 is for a shipment made on December 27, 2025. The related invoice amounting to 12.5 was misplaced and was recovered only on January 5 and was recorded thereafter. Well, yung receiving report number 2634. So, lagay natin RR 2634. Okay. FOB shipping point siya, tama? Na-ship na siya nung December 27, pero ni-record nung January 5. Mali yun. Dapat December pa lang, i-record mo na. So, mag-plus 12.5 tayo. Okay? And then, isa-isayin natin yung nasa table. Tama ba yung ginawa niyang treatment? So, ulitin ko, hanggang 2635, yun yung ni-record niya. 2636 onwards, hindi niya na-record. Isa-isayin natin. Doon tayo sa 2631. FOB shipping point na ship nung December 15. So, tama lang. 2632, FOB shipping point na ship nung December 17, correct. 2633, FOB destination na receive nung December 23, so tama lang na ni-record yung December. So far, so good. 2635, FOB destination na receive nung December 30, so okay lang, tama lang din. 2636, FOB shipping point, okay? And then, na-ship nung December 28. Take note, starting 2636, hindi na-record yan. Dapat ni-record yan kasi na-ship naman within December. So, in 2636, add natin yung how much? That is 10,000. Okay? Plus 10,000 tayo. Next, 2637. FOB shipping point, December 29, hindi ni-record. Okay? So, dapat i-record yan. Tama ba? 2637. Yes, 2637. Dapat i-record yan. That is 8,000. Plus 8,000 tayo dyan. Next, 2638, FOB destination na receive nung December 31 pero hindi ni-record. Dapat i-record natin yan. 2638, that is how much? 95. Okay, 2639. FOB destination na receive nung January 5, tama lang. Dapat next year pa i-record yan. FOB shipping point, 2640, FOB shipping point, January 5 na ship. Tama lang, dapat hindi pa i-record this year yan. 2641, FOB shipping point, January 7, next year pa dapat yan, tama lang. 2642, FOB destination, January 15 na receive, dapat sa January 15 pa i-record. Okay, so ito yung adjustments natin. Alright, so ang in-apply lang natin concepts, yung alam natin sa audit of inventory. So depende sa shipping term kung sa'yo na yung goods or hindi pa. Okay? So sige, tingnan natin class, how much yung audited accounts payable natin? 250,000 plus 12,500. Plus 10,000, plus 8,000, plus 9,500. Answer natin class, 290,000. So, audited balance of our accounts payable, 290,000. Sagot natin sa question 9 is DOG, 290,000. Okay, doon naman tayo sa question 10, correct balance of warranty liability. Okay, so let's read yung warranty. Lagi ko na ng W, yan, warranty liability. Okay, warranty liability. Well, meron tayong, nakita mo dyan yung unadjusted balance dun sa given 10,000. Ang gagawin ko dyan, pag liability, warranty liability, madali dyan class yung T account. Okay? Meron tayong 10,000, right? Dun sa beginning or unadjusted balance natin. The company has a 2-year warranty on its products. The warranty estimates in the past years were at 5% of net sales. During the current year, because of increased returns, the company decided to increase warranty estimates at 6% of its total net sales. Take note, merong change in estimate. Alam natin in accounting, pag change in estimate, prospective yung application yan. Hindi mo nababaguhin yung nagawa mo na before. Okay? Prospective yan. 2/3 of which is expected to be incurred during the year of sale and 1/3 on the year following the sale. The summary of the company's total sales and actual warranty costs incurred for the past 3 years are presented below. Assume sales were made evenly. Okay. So, ang pinag-uusapan natin class is year 2025. Okay? Yung 2023 and 2024, actually, panglito lang yan. Okay? Panglito lang yan kasi ignore mo yan because change in estimate tayo. Pag change in policy, retroactive. Tama? Pag change in estimate, prospective. So, 2025 lang tayo. Sabi dyan, 6% daw ng net sales, yun yung warranty natin, estimate ng warranty. How much yung binenta noong 2025? 10,550,000. So, 10,550,000, multiply mo by 6%. Nakuha nyo ba yung 633,000? O, dito mo lalagay yan. Additional liability yan. Okay? And then, how much yung binayad talaga natin for the warranty? Ayun, given na. 310,000 for 2025. Let's compute the ending balance. So, 10,000 plus 633,000 minus 310, you get 333,000. Ayun lang. So, ganun lang siya. Answer natin for question number 10, what is the correct balance of warranty liability? DOG yung sagot mo dyan, 333,000. Okay, question 11. Correct balance of premiums payable. Halos ganun lang din yung gagawin natin sa premiums. So, gawin natin dito, class. T-account din tayo. No? Premiums payable. Yung unadjusted balance, binigay sa atin sa first part ng problem is 242,000. So, lagay ko dito yan. 242,000. Okay. The premiums payable was the accrued amount on December 31, 2024. Yun yung beginning balance. For a promotional program, the company started in 2024. For every 5 product labels, encircle mo yung 5. The customer surrenders plus 50 pesos. So, ang ibibigay sa'yo ni customer, 5 labels plus 50 pesos. Meron ding cash na ibibigay si customer sa'yo. Okay, the customer shall receive a specially designed shirt which the company purchases at a cost of 160. Take note, ang bibigay sa'yo ni customer, 5 labels and 50 pesos. Ibibigay natin t-shirt na worth 160. Tama? Since 160 yung t-shirt, binigyan tayo ni customer ng 50, ibig sabihin 110 lang talaga yung gastos natin. Tama lang? Okay. Details about the said promotional program in 2024 and 2025 are as follows. Okay. The company estimates that from the labels issued with products sold, 40% shall be presented for the said promotional redemption plan. Ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. So, ang gagawin ko dyan, ang binenta natin nung 2025, take note 2024 to beginning to, tama? Beginning ng 2025. Ang binenta natin yung 2025 is 60,000 units. Okay? 60,000. Ngayon, 40% daw niyan magiging entitled to premiums. Okay? So, 40% times 40%. And then take note na ang ibibigay ni customer for every 5 labels. O, yun yung ibibigay mo ng t-shirt. I-divide mo sa 5. Does that make sense? Hindi lahat ng 60,000. Hindi lahat ng 40%. I-divide mo pa sa 5. Okay? Ngayon, ang gastos natin is 160. Pero may binibigay si customer na 50 pesos. So, 110 lang talaga. Minus 50. Okay? So, kumpitin natin. 60,000. Unit sales natin. 40% daw niyan mag-redeem. So, times 40%. For every 5 na ibibigay na label, divided by 5, babayaran natin, bibigyan natin ng t-shirt na ang net cost mo is 110 times 110. Makukompute mo dyan, class, 528,000. Okay? So, ito yung additional premium liability for the current year. Does that make sense? Okay lang yan? Sige. Now, ang tanong dyan, how much, sir, yung talagang binigay natin na t-shirt dun sa mga nag-redeem? Okay? So, ang gagawin mo dyan, class, additional T-account ka naman dyan para sa inventory. Yung inventory, yung t-shirt natin. Okay, ganito gagawin ko dyan. Inventory of premium, sakita nyo yung 1,200 in yung beginning. Okay, 1,200 units yan, ha? And then, meron tayong ending na 2,1. Okay? And then, bumili tayo in 2025 ng 6,000 units. Nakalagay, premiums purchased in units, 6,000. So, yun yung additional. So, may beginning na 1,2, bumili ka ng 6,000, and then may ending tayo ng 2,1. Solve for X. Yung X natin, iyan yung dinistribute natin na t-shirt dun sa mga nag-redeem. Okay? So, 1,2 plus 6,000 minus 2,1, you get 5,100. Pero take note, class, na units yan. Alright? Units. How much ba yung net cost natin per t-shirt? 110. Okay? Times 110. Multiply natin by 110. So, para maging pesos yan, 5,1 times 110, 561,000. Okay? So, ito yung na-credit mo sa inventory. Iyan yung nabawas mo sa inventory. It means, iyan yung binigay mo na t-shirt dun sa mga nag-redeem. Therefore, iyan yung ibabawas mo sa premiums payable mo. 561,000. Okay, compute natin yung ending balance ng premiums payable. 242,000 plus 528 minus 561,000. You should get 209,000. Okay, ending balance or audited balance of our premiums payable is 209,000. Answer natin, class, C for number 11. Okay, so take note, so warranty liability, straightforward lang. Isang T-account lang yan. Kapag premium sa pinag-uusapan, i-consider mo din yung inventory. Okay, kasi doon mo malalaman kung how much yung debit mo dun sa premiums payable. Okay, that's for 11. Sige, doon naman tayo sa bonds. Sabi dyan, how much is the carrying value of the bonds as of December 31? Okay, basahin natin yung bonds. The company issued 800,000 of 12% face value bonds for 851,708. Okay, so in-issue natin at a premium kasi yung face value is 800,000, in-issue natin 851,706. The bonds are dated and issued on April 1, 2025. Take note, ang year-end natin is December 31, 2025. Ano yung implication nun? Kailangan mo mag-amortize, okay? Para malaman mo yung carrying amount as of December 31. Interest is payable semi-annually, September 30 and March 31. The company sold the bonds to yield 10%. Alam natin, pag semi-annual, i-divide mo by 2 yung mga interest dyan. Okay, yung 12% dyan, gawin mong 6%. Yung yield rate na 10%, gawin mong 5%. So, in this case, kailangan gumawa tayo ng amortization table. O, sabayan nyo gumawa ng table. So, bonds payable, okay, gagawin ko dito, ito yung date, ito yung interest paid, interest expense, and then yung amortization, and carrying amount. Kayang-kaya nyo na mag-amortize sa FAR. Expert na kayo dyan. Kailan in-issue? April 1, 2025. Okay? Tuwing kailan yung interest payment? September and March. So yung next payment mo, September 30, okay, 2025. Yung next natin is March 31, 2026. Tama? Yes, 2026. And then yung next mo, September 30, 2026. Ayan. So ganyan siya. Okay, tama ba? So, in-issue siya ng April 1, 2025. Ito yung next payment mo. Okay? And then, yan, tama. So, yeah. So, mag-amortize tayo, class. So, in-issue daw siya 851,706. Okay? Alam natin yung interest paid should be 6%. Kasi 12% yung coupon rate divided by 2, 6%. Interest expense, 10% divided by 2, 5% yan. O, sige nga. Dapat mabilis tayo mag-amortize, ha? So, lagay ko sa calculator ko, 851,706. Okay, and then, multiply ko by 6% times, yung interest paid is always the same lang yan, ha? Yung principal natin, 800,000, or yung face amount, 800,000. Multiply mo by 6%, you get 48,000. So, this is 48,000. This is 48,000. Actually, hanggang dyan lang pala yung hanggang dyan lang yung kailangan natin na i-amortize. Okay? Interest expense. Carrying amount, 851,706. Multiply ko by 5% times 0.05. You should get 42,585.3. Okay? And then, syempre, yung amortization, the difference between the two, minus 48,000. So, lagay ko dito, 5,414.7. Minus ko dito yung amortization. Makukuha ko dito, class, 846. Okay, 291.3. Make sure nakaka-follow kaya. Gumagawa lang akong simple amortization table. Sir, bakit mo ginagawa yan? Kasi ang tanong sa atin, carrying amount daw noong December 31, 2025. Ang given sa atin, yung carrying amount ng date of issuance. So, kaya kailangan mag-amortize tayo. Okay, next naman, sa next payment date natin, March 31, 2026. Multiply ko to by 5%. You get 42,314.57 minus ko sa 48,000. So, nakukuha ko dito, class, is 5,685.44. And then, carrying amount natin is 840,605.87. Okay. Sagutin natin, class. How much is the carrying value of the bonds payable as of December 31, 2025? Ano sagot mo dyan? Oh, alanganin yung dates. Okay? Actually, nasa gitna nito yung tanong. Tama? December 31, 2025 yung tanong sa atin. Meron tayong September 30, 2025. Meron tayong March 31, 2026. Paano gagawin mo doon? Ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. Yung carrying amount mo as of September 30, 2025 is 846,291.3. Okay? And yung amortization natin na yan is for 6 months. Tama? So, from October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months yan. Ang kailangan natin, September 30 to, di ba? October, November, December. Kailangan na tayo mag-amortize ng 3 months. So, ang gagawin ko dyan, yung amortization natin is for 3 months. Mumultiply ko to by 3 over 6. Hindi 3 over 12, ba? 3 over 6 kasi for 6 months yan. 5,685.44 times 3 over 6. Makukuha ko, class, dito, 2842.72. Ang tanong ko sa inyo, ipa-plus mo ba yan or ima-minus mo? Yung 2842.72. Ima-minus mo yan. Bakit, sir? Kasi yung face amount nung bonds is 800,000. Di ba? Pag nag-amortize tayo, eventually, dapat mag-equal sa face amount. So, kaya i-minus mo yan. Dapat yung 846 eventually magiging 800,000 yan. Therefore, yung carrying amount natin on December 31, 2025 is 846,291.3 minus natin yung 2842.72. You should get 843,448.58. Okay, hopefully nakuha niya yan. Answer natin is letter C, 843,448. So, ulitin ko lang, very quick. Ang gusto kong nag-gets nyo talaga. Naggawa tayo ng amortization table kasi kinukuha natin yung carrying amount as of December 31, 2025. Hindi mo pwedeng isagot to. Kasi as of September 30 lang yan. Hindi mo rin pwedeng isagot to kasi next year na yan. So, sa gitna tayo. Okay? Ginawa ako, nagiging ko 846 dito. Yung amortization for 6 months, multiply ko by 3 over 6 kasi ang kailangan ko lang October, November, December. Okay? And then, minus ko yan kasi eventually dapat mag-equal sa face value yung carrying amount. So, nakuha ko dito class as of 12/31, 843,448.58. Okay, malapit na. 2 items na lang. Next natin is liability under finance lease. So, lagay natin dito, lease. Ayan, ito medyo challenging ng konti. No? Tingnan natin. The company leases one of its warehouses from ABC. The terms of the lease provide for minimum lease payments. 150,000 per quarter. Ilang quarter sa isang taon? 4. Okay? Payable at the beginning. So, annuity due. Beginning. Nagbabayad agad. The initial lease term runs for 10 years. The lease was signed and the warehouse was occupied on January 1, 2025. The company recorded the lease liability at the total amount. Mali, dapat present value yun, tama? Expected to be paid and charges the same for quarterly payments. The interest rate stated in the lease agreement is 8%. The present value of annuity due is 27.9026. So, alam natin sa lease, minimum lease payments, multiply natin by yung present value. Tama? Present value factor. So, in this case, ang gagawin natin dyan, class, yung minimum lease payments natin every quarter is 150,000. Multiply mo lang yan sa PV factor. Given na sa atin, 27.9026. Okay, 150,000 times 27.9026, you get 4,185,390. Yan yung lease liability natin. Okay? Kailan yan? As of January 1, 2025. Ang tanong sa atin sa problem, what is the balance, question number 13, of the liability under finance lease to be presented as non-current as of December 31? So ito, as of January 1, 2025, ang tanong sa atin, December 31. Kailangan ulit natin mag-amortize. Okay? So ganito yan. Gawa tayo ng amortization table. Well, syempre class, sa board exam, dapat mabilis kang gumawa ng table, ha? So meron tayong date. Ito yung payment natin na 150,000 every quarter. Ito yung interest expense. Okay? We have amortization and the carrying amount. Okay? So medyo liliitan ko kasi per quarter. So medyo mahaba-habang amortization table yan. January 1, 2025, nakuha natin is 4,185,390. Okay? Ngayong class, nagbayad ka na rin same day. Tama, sabi dyan sa problem, payable at the beginning of the quarter. So, January 1 pa, nagbayad ka na ng 150,000. So, may payment tayo na 150,000 dyan. Okay, therefore, amortization mo same day, 150,000. 4,185,390, minus natin yung 150,000. So, carrying amount mo na dito, January 1, 4,035,390. Kaya tinawag siya na annuity due. Okay, kasi beginning of the year. Alright? So, ayan. Now, how much yung interest expense natin? Sabi dyan class, yung rate, yung implicit rate is 8%. Tama? Pero per year yun. Ilan yung quarters per year? 4. So, 8 divided by 4, 2% yung interest expense natin. Does that make sense? 8 divided by 4, 2%. Yung payment natin is always 150,000 per quarter. Okay, now, kailangan kong computein hanggang next year kasi ang tanong, non-current portion. So, hanggang next year. So, ang gagawin ko, every quarter, di ba? So, April 1, 2025, July 1, 2025, and then October 1, 2025. Ganyan. January 1, 2026, April 1, 2026, July 1, 2026, and October 1, 2026. Yan yung kailangan natin i-amortize. Well, alam natin class yung payment, same amount yan. Lagi siyang 150,000. Okay? So, lahat yan, 150,000. Yung interest expense na lang yung compute natin. 403,5,390, multiply natin by 2%. Okay, sabayan nyo ako mag-compute class ha. You should get, bilisan natin, 80,707.8 minus 150,000. Amortization mo, 69,292.2. Okay, minus mo dito yan, makakompute mo, 3,966,097.8. Okay, so dapat mabilis kayo gumawa ng table. Ulitin ko, multiply lang sa 2%. 3,966,097.8, multiply natin by 2%. Yung expense mo dito is 79. Okay, 321.96. Minus natin sa 150,000 para makuha mo yung amortization. 70,678.04. Okay, minus natin dito. Carrying amount na natin is 38,95419.76. Times ulit natin sa 2%. Medyo matagal kasi mahaba eh. 77,908.40 minus 150,000 natin. Makukuha mo dyan, 72,091.60. Okay, so computin natin yung... Okay, so ulitin ko, 72,091.60. Okay, carrying amount natin class, 3823,328.16. Multiply natin by 2%. Kalahati na. Kalahati na tayo. 0.02. 76,466.56. Minus natin sa 150,000. You get 73,533.44. Okay. And then, carrying amount natin, 3,749,794.72. Oh, malapit na. Tatlo na lang. Times 2%. Okay, 74,995.89 minus 150,000. You get 75,004.11. Okay, carrying amount, 3,674,790.61 times 2%. 73, nasaan na ako? Dalawa na lang, 73,495.81 minus 150,000, 76,504.19. Okay, so 3,598,286.43 times 2%, that's 1. 71,965.73 minus 150,000, 78,034.27. Carrying amount natin is 352,252,252.15. Okay. So kaya medyo natagal, pero I expect na mabilis ako gumawa ng amortization table. Now, paano natin sasagutan to class? Ang tanong sa atin, what is the balance of the liability under finance lease to be presented as non-current liabilities? Alam natin, as a rule, yung lease liability non-current yan. Kaya isa siya dito. Nasaan yun? Yun. Okay? Pero may current portion yan. Okay? So, ganito gagawin natin. Listen carefully, ha? Ito, critical to. So, ganito gagawin ko dyan, class. Take note na hindi mo pwedeng isagot yung 3,749. Hindi yan. Kasi class, yung 3,749, yun yung carrying amount bukas. Tomorrow. Pinag-uusapan natin December 31, 2025. Yung January 1, 2026, tomorrow pa yan. Hindi iyan yung carrying amount sa books mo. Okay? Ang carrying amount is, ito, yung 3,823. Gets nyo ba yan? Okay. So, dito ko lalagay yung sagot, ha? Yung lease liability natin, 3,823, okay? 328.16. Okay, gets? Ngayon, meron yung current and non-current portion. Sir, how much yung current portion yan? Ito tandaan mo. Pag lease liability, ang current portion yan, yung amortization next year. How much yung amortization next year? Nasaan yun, sir? Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin, tama? How much yung amortization next year? Ito. Yan yung current portion. Sige nga, add natin. 73,533.44 plus 75,004.11 plus 76,504.19 plus 78,034.27. So, nakuha ko dito, 303,076.01. 303, okay, 076.01. Yun yung current portion. Paano kung makuha, sir, yung non-current portion? Total na lease liability minus mo yung current portion. So, 382,328.16 minus natin yung 328.16. So, ang non-current portion mo, 3,520,252.15. Ayun, nakuha niyo ba? Okay, so kinuha natin yung total na lease liability. Paano natin na kinuha yun? Kinuha natin sa amortization table. Pero ang trick dito, wag ito yung kukunin mo, ha? Kasi bukas pa yan, eh. Ito yung carrying amount natin, yung as of October 1. Okay, ito tomorrow pa yan. Alright, so kinuha natin to. And then, yung current muna, ano yung current, sir? Yung amortization natin next year. Take note, per quarter, kaya 4 yan. Pag semi-annual, 2. Pag annual, 1 lang. Okay? Basta, ang point is kung ano yung amortization mo next year. Yun yung current. Yung non-current mo ngayon, total minus current. 3,520,252. Which is equal to, ito. 3,520,252. Okay, yun siya. Alright, sagot siya. Okay, sagot natin dyan, class, is letter A, 3,520,253 or 252. Okay, letter A yung sagot natin. Alright, now, ito, I think ito yung next na question sa inyo, no? Sir, what if every December 31 yung bayaran? Kasi January 1 to, eh. Pakita ko sa inyo yung paano sagutin yun, ha? Let's say, ang nangyari, class, ang bayaran, kasi alanganin, eh, di ba? January 1, eh. What if every December 31 yung bayad? So, what if ito, December 31, 2025, okay? And then March 31, 2026, and then June 30, 2026, and then September 30, 2026, and then extend natin na isa pa, 12/31, 2026. Okay, ito yung scenario 2 natin. Dagdagan ko lang yung problema, scenario 2. What if December 31 yung bayaran? Okay, hindi January 1. Ibig sabihin, ito na yung carrying amount mo ngayon. Ito na. Tama? Pero dagdagan pa natin ng isang amortization kasi aabot pa yan para sa next year, eh. So, 3,520, extend ko lang, ha, 3,520,252 times 2%. Yung expense natin, 70. Okay, 70,405.04 minus sa 150,000, you get 79. Okay, 594.96. And then carrying amount mo na ngayong class is 3,520,252.15. Carrying amount mo dito is 3,440,657.19. Okay, next-extend ko lang. Bakit mo yung next-extend, sir? Kasi aabot pa next year yung pang first quarter mo. Tama? Ang babayaran mo next quarter. O, ang tanong, what if ganito yung scenario, December 31 yung last na payment, how much dyan, class, yung non-current liabilities and how much yung current liabilities? Ganito gagawin ko dyan. Kanina, ang pinili ko, nung January 1, ang bayaran, ito. This time, ito na. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, class, yung total na lease liability natin is 3,794.72. How much dyan yung current, how much yung non-current? Okay. Well, ang current dyan, yung current natin dyan is yung amortization natin next year. Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin, tama? Ano yung amortization next year mo? Ito. Okay, yung 4 na yan. So, add natin. 75,004.11 plus 76,504.19 plus 78,034.27 plus 79,594.96. Ah, yes. Nakuha nyo ba yung 309,137.53? Okay, 309,137.53. So, in-add ko lang. Isa pa, ulitin ko lang, ha. Baka nagkamali ako. 75,004.11 plus 76,504.19 plus 78,034.27 plus 79,594.96. Ayun. Tama. 309,137.53. Yan yung current mo. Total minus current, how much yung non-current natin? Minus 3,749,594.72. Non-current portion mo, class, is 3,440,657. 3,440,657.19. Ayun. Okay. So, pinakita ko lang, what if December 31, what if January 1. Okay, so hopefully clear sa inyo. Okay, let's go to the last question. What is the total amount of current liabilities to be presented in relation to the liability under finance lease and bonds payable? Dalawa. So, balik tayo sa original scenario class, ha? So, dito ko na lang ilagay. So, how much yung current portion daw ng lease liability and how much yung current portion ng bonds payable? Lumot tayo sa lease liability. Well, na-compute na natin kanina yan. This is 303,076.01, which is the amortization for next year. Okay, 303,076.01. Sa bonds payable naman natin, class, nasaan yan? Ito. Sa bonds payable natin, well, basically, meron tayong interest payable. Okay? Pero yung interest payable na 48,000 na yan, that's for 6 months. Take note, pinag-uusapan natin 3 months lang. October, November, December. So, 48,000 times 3 over 6. Ilan yan? 48,000 times 3 over 6, you get 24,000. So, yung current liability ng bonds payable mo is actually your interest payable. So, lagyan mo dyan, 24,000. Total current portion natin, 24,000 plus 303, 076.01. That is 327,076.01. Answer mo dyan, dog. Okay, 327,075 or 076. Okay. So, ayan. I think ito na yung pinaka-complicated na possible lumabas in the board exam for audit of liabilities. Okay? So, pinaka-complicated na yan. So, hopefully, naka-follow ko dun sa discussion natin. Alright, so that's it for audit of liabilities.